はい。ありがとうございます。There goes the train. That is a train, a diesel train on the Shigaraki line. And here I am at Gyoku-Keiji-mae Station. This is the station. It's my first time here, of course, because nobody comes here. Sorry, I'm trying to get my bearings here. Today I'm exploring the area around a very small and remote station called Gyoku-Keiji-mae in the hills of southern Shiga Prefecture in central Japan. I saw this station, which hardly turns out to be a station at all, on a map and wanted to go check it out for myself. As with all stations in Japan, there are plenty of unique and unexpected discoveries here if you wander around long enough, like the Temple of Psychedelic Violence and the original source of Kansai's infamous R-rated raccoons. Not bad for a train stop that sees no passengers at all on some days. So this is the least used station on this little train line, which is only about 15 kilometers long. Anyway, there are 6 stations. Gyoku-Keiji-mae is the least used one. And I feel kind of privileged to be here. Nobody else got off the train. Station note. What's this? So people do visit here. Apparently, I wonder why. Wow, look at that. Somebody really putting me to shame. Somebody just drew that with this pen. Somebody drew that. But anyway, I'm just going to go explore this area. This is truly small. I would say small town Japan. I don't even think it's a town. It's just, why would a station be here? So I wonder if people are allowed on this bridge. All right. Hey, check it out, we're here. Well, I would say they kind of built this little bridge here for like tourism reasons, get a few tourists here, but nothing else here seems like it's any kind of tourist infrastructure. Oh, a train. All right, well, let's go across this bridge and see where it leads. Seems like a lot of infrastructure, you know, like building this bridge was no small thing. Took a lot of money and effort and stuff. But why? Goes over the train tracks, goes over a couple little streams here. And yes, this thing is kind of swaying a little bit, but mostly pretty sturdy. There's the station out there, Gyoku-Keiji-mae. After so many videos I've done recently up north in Hokkaido where it was freezing cold and the snow was on me and I was loving it, but it was quite a physical weather ordeal. It's nice to be out here in May when everything is boisting and this river is beautiful. If I would shut up, you could hear the river. Heaven. Before this video gets too much further, I want to read you my list. I made a list of things I often see when I'm wandering around small towns in Japan, or any town in Japan. And I wanted to sort of have a checklist today. As I see these, I will check them off. We'll see if we can get all 10. It's 10 things. The 10 things are a smashed, abandoned bicycle, a weird statue or figurine, a motor scooter, parked or being used or whatever, an obachan with a cart. Obachan is like a little old lady. Obachan with a cart, like a shopping cart, pulling it or pushing it. A cool bird. That's just any kind of bird that I think is interesting. It catches my eye. Not just a bird flying in the sky, but something kind of cool, you know. I'll know it when I see it. A cartoon drawing on a sign. Any structure with, let's see, where are we? Any structure with old faded paint, like a lot of it. A hair salon. Tree branches cut into circles. And a car elevator, like a double-decker or more parking kind of elevator thing, usually for an apartment building. That seems very unlikely out here. But anyway, those are the 10 things. First, lunch. I thoughtfully stopped off at a convenience store in Osaka, actually. So I got my tuna mayonnaise onigiri here. Perfect for a perfect for a Maytime picnic. All right, lunch was good. Let's do a little more wandering. Aha, looks like something's going on here. Ooh, awesome. Well, I see something that'll let us tick one thing off of the checklist. Look at this thing, look at this statue. I wasn't really expecting a statue that big, but that definitely checks off the list for interesting or cool statue. Wow, that was actually one of the very nicer little small town, out of the way, no name temples that I've ever seen. Amazing statues. So this is kind of where we started. Here's the lunch place, here's the big bridge. I'm gonna walk down this road and hopefully we can find some kind of actual houses. Couldn't find any recent data about that train station, but about 8 years ago, it was used on average by 13 people a day. And the year before that, it said, Wikipedia said, 2 people a day. Imagine that, 2 people a day using that station. Average. This must be a lot of days where there's nobody using it. Can that possibly be a station where nobody uses it in a day? I guess so. That was the mailman on his, I don't know if that's a motor scooter or like a motorcycle. I think that's not, I don't know, is that what I meant? It's not what I meant. No, that doesn't count. I said motor scooter and that was too motorcycle-ish. Out here in the middle of nowhere, a monument or something. Can't really read all that, but it's something about this bridge, which is the railway bridge. Konnichiwa. I bet that's something people aren't really used to out here, is gaijin walking around with sunglasses and a camera doing YouTube videos from here. I'm sure if I explained that, people would go, why? Hey, wasn't a cartoon drawing on a sign? That was one of my things on my list, so there you go. It's pointing the way to that, that temple we just went to. All right, that's it. That's what I meant. Something like that. Cartoon drawing on a sign. And here is the metropolis of whatever. This place must have a name. When you have this room out here in the rural parts, you can just make a big fence, concrete sections and iron sections, little Things that look like lights, but I don't know if they're actually functional, but they look cool. Hey, are these trees cut into circles? Kinda. That's not really what I was thinking of, though. Traffic jam. I guess that was the community. I think a train is coming. Pretty sure that is the train that I took here and also the one I saw going back earlier. So I think there's probably only one train, just all back and forth all day today. And then maybe tomorrow they swap to a different train and do that one all day. All right, that bird counts. It was just a crow, the kind you see in anywhere. But I wasn't expecting a whole lot, just a bird that, I don't know. I think birds are cool and I'm distracted by birds all the time, so that one counts. Bird checked off the list. Well, we got a whole highway here or something, some kind of bigger road. And there's even a walkway. So here we are back in time in the 1800s. Have you ever been driving around the US and you see those big like roadside places that have like a bunch of concrete bird baths and stuff, figurines you can buy? I guess that's kind of that version of that here. Here's something I do know about this area. It is famous for these raccoon statues. These are raccoons that, around this part of Japan, around Osaka and everything, people put these like on their front door, near their front door, and the raccoons have these weird hats on, and they have like very large genitalia hanging down, and they are meant for like business success, like competition for other people, like get past the other people and be successful. This one like jade one in the back. Wow. So I guess this is where you go if you want all of this stuff, these figurines. Speaking of bird baths, actual bird baths. Wow. This big one here, this big owl, 22,000 yen. So that's about, I don't know, $140 or something. I think these big raccoon statues is kind of a Kansai thing. They're not really outside Kansai. So if you went to Tokyo or Tohoku or Hokkaido or somewhere, you probably wouldn't see these raccoons and they wouldn't know what you were talking about really if you mentioned them. Otherwise, not the world's most pleasant road. See a sign for something called the Ceramic Art Park. Let's go see that. After we go across the road and see this. Various good luck figures, I think. The Shigaraki Ceramic Research Institute. They're getting serious about this. I saw a motor scooter, what I classify as motor scooter. Very far away from the camera. I'll try to zoom in and show you, but anyway, it counts. Okay, I think we found the ceramic park. I found a sign over there, has little English explanation. This area is considered one of the 6 kilns, or 6 kills, I guess, if you pronounce it correctly. Anyway, it's like one of the 6 areas around, I guess, Japan or Honshu or something. Not a lot of details, but anyway, the 6 areas that are famous for porcelain, so this is one of them. And even the little curb things for the cars are porcelain, little porcelain dogs. Is that not adorable? Okay, up these stairs is something called the Plaza of the Sun. I think that'll be the apex of this trip out here to this area. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is the Plaza of the Sun. It's not labeled. There's other stuff up there that I think that is my museums and stuff. I'm not really interested in that. So I'm going to call the video here. Here we are, the Plaza of the Sun, here at the Ceramic Park on this most interesting trip here to Gyoku-Keiji-mae. I remembered. So thanks for coming with me on this trip, wandering around this, what looked like a whole lot of nothing at first, immediately became something because there was the bridge and the cool temple, the little community we walked through, and of course, all of this porcelain jazz. So I have a little under half an hour to make it back to the station to catch the next train. I don't want to miss it. Because the next one will be in an hour. Wish me luck getting back to the station in the next 27 minutes or so. And thank you for coming, and I will see you on the next wander. Wow. 10 minutes to spare, and there's somebody else, a guy waiting on this platform, same as me, to go that way, I guess. So very busy rush hour here. Anyway, once again, thanks for coming, and here's the final checklist. Smashed bicycle, no. Weird statue figure, oh yes. Motor scooter, yes. Obachan with cart, no. Cool bird, yes. Cartoon drawing on a sign, yes. Structure with old faded paint. Not that I noticed, not in the way that I meant. Hair salon, no. Tree branches and circles, not really. Some bushes, but they don't really count. Car elevator, no. Saw a garage with a car on like a lift thing, but that's not what I meant. So not a great showing for this area. I've seen better as far as the checklist goes. You can watch the extended ad-free version of my wanderings around Gyoku-Keiji-mae, plus other exclusive videos, on my Patreon page for as little as $1 a month, which includes early video access and other perks, and helps make my videos possible. Special thanks this week to Calvin Ferreira, David Richley, Jacob Fatz, Lever Wong, Michael Fedor, Nathaniel Holland, O'Meyer, Ray Nichols, Samantha, and Will Phillips. Also, thanks to subscribers to my free weekly email newsletter, which features early links to new videos and behind-the-scenes info. Links to both are in this video's description. Thanks for wandering around with me.